Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. So, we're just starting the game up. It does start up kind of weird due to the fact that it's on two screens here at this moment in time. Yeah, Fenrir has always been here. I don't think he ever leaves. That's the secret, he just never leaves. How you doing there, Duncan? I always end up getting your name wrong. And it's weird because I like you, but I always end up getting the name wrong. I think it's because I made a joke once and then I couldn't get out of that mode. How you doing there, Alexander? Good to have you, my friend. How you doing there, Alexander? Alexander the Second there. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, so I thought we'd have about an hour to 2 hours here. A bit fun, a bit fun. I think I'm still trying to figure out who would be a good play by email opponent. So I think that's really how we're going to get the most for the game. But we'll see how we get on then. Yeah, Duncan is your default. I don't know why I call you Duncan. I don't know why. How you doing there, Joe? Back to the trenches. The heat is killing the man. How you doing there, Mark? It's good to have you, my friend. Can you rename stream, please, to Teutons in the east? Oh, what did I put? Teutons. Oh, I put the U before the E, didn't I? Ah, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Those are the little mistakes that you don't quite see. Because your brain's like, you're fine. Oh, dear. No, you're fine, very familiar. I've seen you quite a few times, actually. Hello there, Mr. Sunshine. Good to have you. Donald, isn't it? It might be Donald, but I don't know. I've become accustomed to Duncan. Okay. Now, the game tends to be a little bit slow sometimes on startup, actually. Seems to get better, actually. There we go. Right then, so we did have orders issued over here. This army has been unlocked over here, which is great news. Oh dear. Okay, so we do have a fourth army over here. Yeah, I mean, this is the issue here, isn't it, really? We do have some forces over here. Like, we actually do have a decent reserve in Cologne. Oh, Cologne? Which I'm gonna submit to Cologne. We actually do have a okay reserve there. Nothing that would last long. Though they do have level 4 entrenchment, which is nice. That's helpful enough. We do have the batteries here. So that's about 24 guns there with the 12, sorry, with the 2 batteries. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I can imagine. We do have the army over here, which is active. So we do have these forces actually active here, which is good news. To the south, we do have the 5th Army as well, which is unlocked, but not actually active, which is a bit of a shame. So they're not going to be as useful there, really. And this timeline is cursed. We do have a couple of corps that are headed to the north, actually. Which, okay, so we have 7th Army over here. We do have another corps here. Yeah, it might be actually a wise idea to bring some of these corps back, in fact. Let's see. I think we'll have this corps return over here. We do have the advantage of the wooded hills over here in Colmar. We could move potentially to Mulhouse. But I think, well, this is it. We haven't entrenched as of yet, anyhow. It depends on how aggressive the ally, well, the Entente's going to be. Yeah, yeah. Pretty much stream everything, really. I record things occasionally, but the vast majority of the time it is like just live streaming. It's just far easy, really. No, that's cool. It's good to have you there, Mr. Sunshine. I just like that name. Yeah, yeah, it's just far too easy. But that's 2k. Yeah. That's not so bad over here. They're not entrenched, it's clear, well, so it's wooded terrain. The issue is there is a river crossing. But the issue is, again, I don't really particularly want to move in here. I mean, this terrain isn't particularly great here at Metz, but at least Metz is actually a fortress, which does make a pretty big difference there. Let's see, no overlay. I wanted to check if there was actually a button to turn to hide units, actually. Not sure yet. Not sure yet. I've not got the turn back from Dadman as of yet. He's not responded to the email as of yet. So I was going to actually double check and make sure he actually has it or is aware of it. Sometimes Gmail's a bit of a farce like that. That's great. Can you move the army via rail into Bonn? Yeah, they'd be able to take. They'd be able to take Metz. Obviously, it's a fortress, but a fortress is only going to last so long. Then the fact is they could just march along, well, through it, really. I was trying to think where we could actually free up forces. We do have a... Let's see. I do have a division over here that could be sent out. I mean, it's only a single division, which doesn't sound like a lot, and it really isn't particularly tremendous. But it is better than absolutely nothing. Okay. Yeah. We do have some Marines here. Okay. It's not too bad. The French do have to be mindful that they do not overextend. But the issue is they do have a strong army here as well. These armies, we're not entirely sure what their power is, but I'd imagine quite strong there. How you doing there, Dave? Good to have you, my friend. Right, so we have a core over here, in fact. Let's see. Yeah. Defend. Though I don't see anything for them to defend against. These regions over here might be worthwhile invading, due to the fact that there's no river crossing, and if we actually took possession over here, we'd actually have the river work in our favour. They were saying that it wouldn't really do much for us. But it might be worthwhile doing so, because it means rather... Well, then again... It does reduce the frontage a little bit. This terrain over here is quite nice with wooded hills. It might be worthwhile to push into here, possibly at least. Well, then again, this is hills over here, isn't it? This is wooded hills. That's clear terrain. Yeah, you can see why Metz is actually a fortress. Yeah, these are more defensible, really. I was trying to think of how can we reduce the actual frontage over here. Yeah, the game really is good. Just like most of Geode games, if they were just a little bit more stable, they'd be absolutely awesome. They still are, but it's just a shame. Okay, so the Metz Fortress is significantly more powerful. It's got a decent garrison there, 27,000 men. Actual fortress emplacements over here. Oh, a little bit more, actually. Might be a penalty for having them actually placed together. Yeah. I mean, this is it, really. The ground that would be gained would have to be here. And even then, it's just trading it at the cost of lives to move forward one province at a pretty high cost, so there's really not much of a use there. Difficulty, let me go ahead and just save here. I'm hoping it has saved the options. Oh, I forgot to take a look at these ones. I put easy supply on due to the fact that AI isn't particularly smart when it comes to that one. Oh, I should activate traffic penalty. Right, there we go. Lieutenant. It's very aggressive. Yeah, and in fairness, I'm looking towards more a play by email in the future. So the settings work. Maybe not the best ones. Okay. Can you reinforce the southern tip of the border near Switzerland? We do have a call that's returned back that way. And we do have these forces over here. So we have 6 army. It might be worthwhile actually taking a corps, potentially... I'd say another corps could be sent over here, actually south. Assistant logistician. Strong disciplinarian. We'll have the... Well, the cavalry is not particularly useful like that. So we'll have this corps actually head south, I believe. Open order tactician. Oh, that's not too bad, actually. That's pretty useful in general. Right, we'll have you head down there, then. Yeah, it would be really nice. Right. So, the 6 army... let's see. What I'm going to do, then, is have this corps actually embedded in here. They're not really strong, to be fair. But that does allow me to free up the cavalry corps. So we could rail potentially to Bonn as suggested. Now, let's see. Just have you head towards Bonn for the time being. Now, Bonn is the forest. Woods over here. Woods here. Right. There's no garrison here either. Yeah, well that's it. It's aggressive AI. At least they'll actually try to do things. Well, you can see right now we're having to respond to this, which is fun. Right. Well, what I can do here then is I can take you. Take these over here. I can probably hold this with a corps. He does not seem to... Well, the French don't seem to be quite aggressive in that region. Yeah, it is quite nasty down there. I think what we want to do then is move the army down here to Colmar. Days rail. Okay. Interesting. See, that artillery slowed them down, actually. It doesn't particularly matter. If I march normally without using the rail lines, if they're going to cross into southern Germany here, well, into the southern part of the border, they'll do so anyway. So we do want to actually be there in advance. Let them go for it. Well, this is it. Okay. What I'll do then is well, actually I don't need you to do that. You can march down here. You'd be there in 14 days. Okay. Right. Colmar's not really under a massive threat. But I don't really want to... where'd I put you? Yeah, I don't want to leave it without an actual force holding it. So make sure that he's not marching. Yeah, there we go. Can't leave an opening like that. See, this is a thing really, isn't it? We might be able to get to Bonn here. It depends really. So we have one army in Trier. And we have one army over here as well, which complicates things further. So I think we'll move out via rail there. Apparently through Luxembourg. Of course. That makes sense. In fairness, they haven't taken it, which is actually really intriguing there. Okay. Yeah. That might be the way to go there. Fairly decent force there. We do have a corps that could be moved out here. Well, this is it. They're going to have to try and capture centers of supply. They could produce, well, they could make their own, if I recall. Yeah, Triad actually has some decent stuff in. Majority's over here, really. Yeah. How long would it take them to get there? 9 days. A day. Okay. I think we go for that. We could potentially get away with doing this. Though, to be honest, I could put another core in there. Alright, we'll put another core in there. Oh, it's actually way over. But I think I can actually have you form into an army. Right, there we go. Now that works properly. Maybe I have to do it with the others. Yeah, create headquarters. I should really double check to see who was actually the better commander here. Oh well. It's a little late now. Yeah, there we go. That would have actually been quite handy. Oh well. He'll be okay. Oh well. Yeah, we have a core moving out of Colmar. Okay. Right, we'll go with that. Yeah, Munich's not too far away, is it? Right, I think I will... Let's see. I think I'll have them also move to Colmar. Okay. I'm not too sure. Not too sure what actually happens there. Something I also do love is the fact that you do have the actual capital regions in the in the actual shape of the nation. So you can see that shape like France, more or less. That shape like England. It just made me laugh. I thought that's such a little detail there, which is quite amusing. There you go, shaped like Germany. Shaped like Austria. Just a big blob. I don't know why. It's such a little detail. I really found it amusing when I first noticed it. I'm like, oh, let's see. Yeah, that's probably good for Russia. Oh wait, that was Petrograd. Trying to find Moscow. Oh, the bloody hell are you, Moscow? Ah, there we go. Not so much with Russia. Not so much with Russia. You can definitely see it, though, with Germany, France, and England. England is really fantastic. I just love it. It's just, I don't know why. It's just such a little... It's so cute. It's just so cute. Oh, dear. I think it kind of... Yeah. Oh, Italy. Yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll check that one. Yeah. Ah, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Italy's is even. Wow. That's so funny. Okay. So we have that underway then. I know there, Snake. I was trying to see if it's actually, yeah, there you go, Joe. I played all those games you never noticed. Let's see, any other nation capitals like that? Not so much. Yeah. Yeah, not so much for the other ones there. Interesting. Okay, so we have that underway then. We do have other little things that we could do. We could potentially send Austrian forces to the south. We do have some cavalry reserve there. Ah, the Panzer reserve's really good there. Like, they're very, very important. Let's see. So you're not... Oh, you are active, but I can't have you lead... Oh. No? Oh, no, hang on. Yeah, there we go. Enable core leadership. There we go. That's nice. Yeah, reconnaissance is actually really good. No, I can imagine. Well, let's see then. So we unlock the artillery over here. Oops. It might be worthwhile to potentially have the heavy artillery moved out towards the west. But, what do you guys feel like? We'll ignore in Serbia for the most part. Yeah, what do you guys feel like? I feel like it might be worthwhile to send the heavy artillery to the west, perhaps. We're going to need as much firepower as we can get due to the fact that we're going to be, well, somewhat outnumbered, perhaps. It would obviously be useful in the east to really press home our advantage, but I think probably the west. I'm feeling like the west. The west is where I'm getting that, like, the feeling of, yeah, okay, we could probably do with as much firepower as we could get. I think west. Continue to unlock the actual fortress guns. Okay. So I could potentially have the guns rushed over here so we can actually have something for them. No, probably better down here. I'll have it sent down this way, and if we don't need it, then we can have it sent north. Yeah, command penalties indeed, but I could find an Austrian leader, to be fair. And then again, it's probably one of those of, like, there might be command penalties, but at least it's still firepower, really. We can get some leaders out there. So it would take 90 days like that. That would take 9 days. Well, don't particularly want to send it so direct, just in case the enemy does cross. I don't want to lose those guns. Well, that's what I mean. So we are going to contain them. I'm not going to ignore them. Sorry. Yeah, that's not a bad way to think about it there, Parmentia. I think I'll have them sent out. Oh god, it's a difficult choice sometimes. I think into this region would be a good idea. I think towards Strasbourg. Let's see, they'll probably go through this way anyway. Yeah, they go through there anyhow. We'll have it sent like that. We'll have an army that arrives there in a day, so just have to hope for the best there, really. Let's see then. So I can spend more points. So it does cost me engagement point, a national morale point, 200 victory points. It's pretty nasty, but it's well worthwhile doing. Yeah. We'll unlock more guns over here. Well, we have a threat here. What I'm going to do then is, we'll have it sent here to begin with, because at least that's the first point of origin on the actual line over here. We do have forces in the, well, towards the north, where we move into the north. So what I'll do then is it'll arrive here if it's not needed here. It's one of those of like, it might be in a position to potentially be useful sooner here, but it might be here. And if it's not needed here, we can have it sent to the north. Okay, so I need 3 engagement points on state funds. We don't have a tremendous amount of points left. Now, the British aren't too far away from declaring the war. Well, they're not too far away from joining the war. Need to continue to concentrate on Italy. We might see Jutland if we're lucky. We're going to try and use the navy. Right, state funds. That'd give me 1,000 state funds. I do have a decent amount of state funds, to be fair. I think I'd like some new generals if we could get them. Can I not use that? Oh, there we go. I'll get some more Austrian generals, in fact. Okay. Oh, you made the credits. Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, it's just a shame that the game just has had some good support, but it's a shame it hasn't been continued with. This is one of the better games. It really is one of the better games. Now, this Austrian Corps. Those armoured cars would be fantastic, but I'm feeling like we might actually benefit from having the armoured cars over in the west for the time being. At least then it gives me an actual Austrian commander over there. That reconnaissance is quite good too, so I think I will get them moving out there. It's only a single course, it's not tremendous loss there. Let's see. Right, the heavy artillery over here. I think we have it sent out this way as well. Okay. Yeah. No, that'd be really cool. Look at Grisby's like Twin-Door Wars. That'd be awesome. Okay, so we have dug in here a little bit, which is good news. Yep, okay. Okay, so that is it looks like a larger force. We do see cavalry penetrating over here, which is not too bad. We do have cavalry of our own, though, could potentially split off under a corps commander. So we have 3rd Army over here. Okay. Right. So you're a Croatian and Czech commander here. Okay. You are a gifted commander. And an open order tactician. Okay. Now, my personal worry is that Brusilov, I believe it is Brusilov, might penetrate this way. Might seek to get behind us. He would probably have to go this way. Yeah, he would have to go this way. I don't think he can cross over the rivers. I can't recall. I think he can if you have, like, pontoons. Or maybe he can cross, but it might be slower. I can't recall what it is, actually. You probably can cross from here to here. But it probably would slow them down. Yeah, it is a shame that Edmund. Is it the ultimate mod? Because I was looking at the ultimate mod and I think that might be the one I go for. That might be really fun, in fact. Okay. So, we have here then is Defiant, which is not exactly great. Alpine Jaeger. There's not particularly many places where he's gonna... Okay. Effective in hills, wooded hills, mountain, or alpine. Okay. Hills I can see, potentially. There's not many. He'd be really better off down here, to be honest. Yeah, he really would be. But for the time being, we'll keep him up over here in the north, but I might have him sent to the south there. So I'm going to advance this core. We do see a larger force here. Well, actually, no, it looks to be a core here. Oh dear, I was thinking, why do those names seem so familiar? And I'm like, oh right, yes. Okay, we'll have 2 cores push up over here then. Right. Well, actually, I'd rather not do that. What I'd like to do is have them push over here. And then I'd like them to push around. Whoops. Well, you can march that way and then that way. Okay. What I'm going to do then is actually have you march over here. We might take the entire army, in fact. Let's see. Combine you in here. It's a little bit over, but I could potentially leave something behind. So I do have in here some reserve. And what I can do here then is, I think I'll take the cavalry. Have you moved back in there? Right. I think put one back in there though. Can we get away with another? No, I don't think we'll be able to get away with another. But I think the 2 cavalry over here could actually be decent. Hey, doing the big Sarge? Good to have you, my friend. Right, so they're going to march over here. What I'd like them to do is actually march. Now, that would be nice, but Cowl, however the hell you pronounce it, would be actually quite nice. So if I was to move out by a rail, it'd be 21 days. So there's not a big difference there. What I could attempt to do here, though, is have the cavalry march. Right, let's make sure they're not going somewhere random. How are they going to take 32 days? How do you take more time? Well, okay. I might as well have you embedded in here. Though, I could always have them move elsewhere. I might have them move forward. Right, we'll have them push here. The army can advance north. Okay. That doesn't look like a very strong force. I should be able to manage that. So we'll go with a conservative attack. Move to the north. I'm going to wait for Brusilov to make the move there. And we do have a corps over here. Okay. I think I'd like to reinforce the army over here with another corps. Possibly. Well, let's think about that first. I don't have infinite amount of rail capacity. I will recover more, but I don't have a lot right now. So we have second army over here. Combine them corps in. Combine them corps. Okay. Right. Yeah, I'll have them march over here to actually reinforce this area. I think reinforcing this army would be worthwhile, the 5th Army. I'm going to have the 5th Army actually used more defensively, really. The cavalry over here, however, what I'd like them to do is actually march over here to, like, potentially like Lublin. Though, actually, I could have them march over here, deal with the Russian cavalry. These fellows can march. Have them march up this way. Okay. So we have the first army. Okay. Right, so that does give us an actual core here I can work with. Can't combine them? Okay, fair enough. What I will do then is actually have a march. I think have them march towards Lublin. Right, there we go. I'll have the first army march over here. Okay. And do you plan to encircle the Russians from the north and south? I'd like to, yes, we'd like to try and encircle them from the north, of course. Yeah, the cavalry is really good. Cavalry is really nice to like that, especially if you can cut rails. Which is always a lot of fun. It really endears people to you. Okay, so we do have the armoured cars over here, which is fantastic. But I will have the armoured cars actually sent out towards the west. Possibly not the best way to go there. Yeah, vroom vroom. Okay. have them there. Then at least I can have them merge into something the turn after. Alright. So we'll have additional divisions ready in time. 42 days on those fellows. And there's cores over here that will... Yeah, we'll have cores that will be unlocked soon. As we potentially use those cores to actually help maintain order there. Okay. Right, so we do have our armies over here. Have them march in. Right, there we go. They can then combine. They're marching north. Oh, did we already issue the orders over here? Oh, that's fantastic news then. So we've already got the orders issued out here. Oh, that's good news then. Okay. So, I think Goben and Breslau are gone. Yep, due to the event there. Technologies. I forget how it works. Let's see. I don't have an option right now. Unlocked options, so we have the Kaiser's go to Turkey. I don't have the ability to do that one right now. War production. We're alright for the time being, to be honest. Okay. And we do have elements of the fleet returning, which is good news. Yeah, some different elements have made it back. That's good news. I think what we want to do then is sally out sooner rather than later. Okay. There's a lot of commanders in here. yeah, exactly. Hard to catch. Yeah, I definitely think so. Admired commander. Aggressive naval strategist. Well, the thing is, we're not at war with the British right now, which is good news, so we really need to take advantage of that. Loyal. Superior tactician. He might be the better choice there. I don't think there's a penalty for taking these admirals out. Yeah, Vice Admiral. He's not bad at all, though, really. Hard to catch. See, he actually... Well, let's take a look. He's actually not too bad. There's no real penalties there. So 321, 222, 432. Wow. Okay, well, that's pretty impressive so far. 3-2. Well, I think that's kind of decided things then, hasn't it? 4-3-2. Admire commander. Yeah, aggressive. I think that makes it. Those stats are really worthwhile, I would say. I mean, I could potentially have in the other commanders in there. Yeah, we could potentially get more in there. Okay. What's your seniority? So your seniority is 36, 35, 36 there, but he's a lower rank. 30, 35, 34. We should be able to get them all in there then again. Right, Heinrich. I don't really want Heinrich. I do and I don't. Is it not going to let me do it? Yeah, British Pearl Harbor. Might have to go live out then, unless I can put something back in there. Let's see, if I put him in there. Okay, becomes his fleet. Is it the last one added, I wonder? Let's see. No? Okay. Oh god. That sounds like a lot of fun. Right, we'll go with that then. Right, let's see then. So we have our seaplane commander over here. Sorry, our seaplane, so it's looking at all the commanders, and then I was actually looking at the seaplane. Right, cruiser, destroyers over here. Torpedo boat. Hey there, Jonathan. Good to have you, my friend. So let's see then. 280, 232. Yeah, these ones are a little bit weaker. Let's see then. Oh yeah, they're just singular ships really, aren't they? Right, so we're a little bit over. What I will do then is just remove like one torpedo boat squadron, perhaps. Depending on their power. 84. We'll go with one being removed then. We're still over. And it's a bloody powerful fleet. Oh, bugger, might as well just have them in. It's not that much of a penalty, is it really? Yeah, it's not that much of a penalty. Okay, so... we do have Nuremberg. Ooh, Maximilian. Very good commander. Right. We'll have you return to port, and then we can get you out there. Yeah, well, this is it. We could probably take it all out, but I'd like to try not to accrue too many penalties. So I think we'll leave, and we'll head out and try to engage the French, perhaps. Yeah. Where will the French be? They're likely to be over here somewhere. I don't want to overextend too much. So I think we'll look for battle over here. Doesn't look like this is mined, actually. Size 7 naval base. That's traditionally Brest, isn't it? Okay. Sustained attack. I guess so. We'll see. We'll see. And this is it. We're going to have a high seas fleet actually take to sea. Different elements. U-boats moving out that way. Okay. Right, let's see. And these elements over here could actually be moved. Oh, then again, I'm going to be really quite mindful of the Russian Baltic fleet, haven't I? That's something I can't forget about. So we'll go ahead here then, and I think we'll move into the next turn. It'll be really interesting to see what happens then. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, we'll see how things go. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is it. It might even be really worthwhile. Possibly moving the high seas fleets into the Mediterranean, perhaps? Would that... it would leave us exposed to blockade in the north, and it would... Well, no, it's probably not worthwhile, because if you're playing against a human opponent, then there wouldn't be really anything to stop the Royal Navy moving into the Baltic. I think we've got a good chance here. We've got the best chance we're probably going to have against the French fleet. If they do indeed actually take to sea, we'll see. I mean, that's the thing there, really, isn't it? They're not guaranteed to do so. Moving into the Mediterranean, it'd be nice if we were guaranteed that the British wouldn't join for a while yet, but they're going to be in soon enough, really. Can't really guarantee it. Right, so we are seeing Russian forces over here, then. Looks like they're moving there. We might actually miss them. That's intriguing. It looks like we will, but I think we do have an army actually moving up that way. Right, so our forces have made it to Luxembourg. And it looks, well, Luxembourg. It looks like the French are moving in there. That's going to be intriguing. We're moving south there against the Russians. Russians over there. Right, Bruslov's moving. I'm glad I didn't actually move out that force then. At least they still have the advantage of the fortifications and the entrenchments. Okay. We might not necessarily see battle though, of course. Right. Okay, Serbians over there. Well, we do see battle there. It looks like, yeah, that's a shame. That cavalry really did suffer there. Small force, but it looks like, yeah, wow, we lost quite a few guns there. It looks like we were just in a bad position here. Indeed. We'll have to see how we can do that. How we can react to that. Okay, those forces aren't as large. It looks like the French have actually headed back over here, which is going to be really intriguing. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to be intrigued to see how this turns out, really. Yeah, French moving north. I'm surprised that they didn't actually secure Luxembourg before they actually attempted to move out, really. Fair few Russian armies there. Oh, right, okay, that's looking... That's looking, yeah, okay, wow. So we have 17,000 casualties, we do inflict 24,000 casualties. That wasn't too bad to begin with, but yeah, then overwhelming French numbers arrive there. Importantly, we didn't lose any guns though, which is good. But I'd rather fight them... Ah, there we go, we destroy some Russian forces over here, more or less. Right, okay, so we do actually have a defeat. Okay, that's weird. It was like really in our favour there. Intriguing. How that's a defeat? I do not know. Right, Brusilov. Another defeat there. 7,892 to 11,000, nearly 12,000. He does have a larger force though. Yeah, battle occurred when crossing a river. I was hoping that would have done better, but it has an assault there. So that'd be intriguing. No, it looks like we've been kicked out of that province there. So we lose Luxembourg. Right. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Well, they continue to march as well. Right, ooh. Yeah, that's never good for the Russians to actually to have artillery beaten up like that. So do see some French naval forces over here. It looks like they're laying siege. I don't think they're going to be in assault mode. Posture, really. I'd like to see a fleet engagement with the French. We probably, I don't know, it depends really on how much time we have left. Okay. There's a lot of men there. We didn't have tremendous losses over there in Luxembourg. At least we can say that we actually tried to defend them. Okay. That's looking in our favour, yeah. Who decides if this is a victory or defeat? I do not know. I'm going to ignore the green bar. And we have a technical defeat here. Even though we inflict more. Though we did take quite a few casualties. They had a bad river crossing. They didn't perform too badly though. But we came out of that in better shape there, really. Inflicted more losses. Though it's not always all about the losses, really. Okay. Okay. They are giving us problems. It might have actually been a wise idea to have them. Yeah, it would have been wise to move into Luxembourg and then cut the rails, really. And then at least prevent them from actually using said rails. Yeah, likely so. Well, this is it. We do have the Austrian and Russian armies engaging over here, but the German armies in the north are really free to move. Okay. So another defeat there. Fighting there, we're pushing back once again. Not bad losses, really. Have we been kicked back to where we were originally? Yeah. Right, they've moved across over here. I was hoping that we could have engaged the French fleet. Right, so we do have a victory over here. Yeah, not too surprising. Decent amount of casualties, but then again, this is it. We're moving in there. Yeah, it's an interesting one here, really. Not touch about the Austrians. Yeah, I need to cut the key rail lines in Poland, and obviously the other parts of Russia. I mean, this is it. It's like, as much as we've had over here with the Austrians, the Germans really are unopposed over here. Which is going to kill the Russians. It's going to force them back. Okay. So let's go ahead and take a look over here then. Strategic Atlas. Go to... Is it the background? No, it is the objectives. Right, so we've had 75,800 men dead so far. Yeah. The Eastern Entente, the Russians have lost 94,000 men. The Western Entente has lost 23,000 men. So, we do have quite a few losses there. Near enough 100,000, but that's not too bad. We have there 2,400 Russian prisoners so far. Okay. Right, I mean, this is it. If we can close in, I mean, Paris is really worth the most there. Yes, we're playing on hard difficulty, which is likely why we're getting a few bad results there. Okay. So we do have additional cores that have been unlocked now. Let's take a look at the situation over here. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. I mean, these guys are entrenched over here, which is nice. It's only level 1 entrenchment, but they're still entrenched. And this is that's a proper fortress. That's a pretty good fortress. That wouldn't be easy for the Russians no matter what. So we have the core there. Right, we've actually... Okay. This is an interesting one. So Brusilov is marching into the interior, but we actually managed to fall back to this position, which is not too bad. We have some entrenchment, which is good. Right, it was a bit of a confused situation over here, so we had our armies actually march. But what we can do is we can actually turn about. I think we march back. We might be able to actually deal with that army over there quite nicely. This one, so we do see 2 corps over here. But we'll have them march and march back over there if we can. Put them in the fortress if I can. Yeah, Lemberg isn't going to fall anytime soon, really. So Lemberg, well, it's only a size 1 fortress, but it's still going to take some of size 2 over here. Size 2 there. Right, so we missed each other over here. But they need some time to really recover. What I might want to do then is potentially march, carry on marching perhaps. Have a corps over here. Cavalry over here then. Right. What I'm going to do is have the cavalry march into the interior. Have them set on passive. Try and move like that. What I'd like them to do is evade combat. I could potentially wait here. I think actually, if I recall correctly, we will actually recover cohesion in Russian territory with a bonus. The Russians will recover cohesion in our territory as well with a bonus. So I think what we'll do then is we possibly hold here. We do have the entrenchment. He'd have to move across the rails. Sorry, across the river. Yeah, so we'll have them join in there. Let them recover somewhat. It might force them to go back across the river. I do have some German forces over here that could potentially sally out to join them too. But in all honesty, I'm probably going to have them sent to the west. Possibly, we'll see. We'll see. Oops. Yeah, let's see. So we could have a couple corps sent to the west over here. The west is a interesting situation. We do have a corps over here. We do have this force here as well. Okay. Let's have these fellows move across. Right. Yeah, it's been pretty nasty. We haven't lost that much, however. Like, we did lose casualties over here, but not a tremendous amount of casualties. Okay. Right, so the Austrians are over here. That's odd. I think I need to have you move to the north, to be honest. We'll have you moved closer towards the army commander then if I can. Have you go to the north. Because right now it's not really doing me anything any good. There we go. I mean, that's not a bad force there at all with the Austrians here. I mean, that's quite a lot of artillery. That's actually quite a decent amount of like heavy artillery as well. It's definitely not quite on the western front, indeed. Right, I'll have you move north. Okay. Right, you hold here. Right, I could have you potentially move to the Rhineland. Move an actual army to the Rhineland, perhaps. I think I will move the army to the Rhineland. But I'd like to move it somewhere like this position here. So we'll say to Koblenz. Then what I want to do is I want to actually form a proper body out there. Yeah, assemble men there, assemble an army there. Have you go there to join. We do have the Nord army, so the North army here, which is really nice. That gives me something to work with. Yeah, yeah. Yes. That's something I can work with over here. And this is a beauty, isn't it, really? Like, we are going to need additional men in the east, but we do have a majority of our forces from both the German and the Austrian empires in the east. So we have that working for us. Hey, Dingobat4, good to have you, my friend. Ah, that's awesome. I'm just really glad that people are enjoying 1v really. I think what I'm going to have to do then is find a actual human opponent, and I think that'd be really, really fun then. That could be good. That'd be a lot of fun. Right, so I do have the army over here. Need to get the army moving. So, we can see that we do have objectives on Petrograd and on Moscow, really. Those ones are worth quite a bit. But I don't think we'll march to those ones. Yeah, more or less is. More or less is. Oh, did we actually capture this? Wow. I forgot that was a thing. Yeah, Sugoi. We got the artillery. Oh, I'm happy about that. Oh, that's fantastic news. Oh, wow. Ah, it's Mulkey. I was thinking, have I left behind a commander? Might as well have you combined in here. So we have second army. Right, so the corps actually moved here then. Seems like we had an issue then. Oh, we'll capture some aircraft as well. Ho ho! Nice! What about do we have these aircraft in normally? Okay. That's really good there. Okay. Yeah. Right, then we'll have this army. I think we'll need an army over here to really solidify. Yeah, it really is. Okay. I am going to order an assault here. Structure is intact. It might actually be a case of potentially waiting, but I think we could probably take that and move on. And I think we do want to take that and move on. I think we definitely have the... We've definitely got the guns. I mean, we've got these super heavy guns here too. Right, so I do see that over there. Okay. Cavalry's over here. That's good. Have them to continue to march into the interior. Riga might be a good one to isolate, really. Right, supply over there. Then march this way. Well, in fact, I do need to make sure I take that. Okay. We're going to march to Riga. Okay. So we do have... we don't have possession of the fortress over here. I could potentially assault that, but I think I'd prefer to wait until we have the heavier guns. Right, they're moving out here as well, so they'll arrive tomorrow. Okay. They're marching too. Right. What I'm going to do then is actually have the majority of our forces move this way. I think we need to form up a new army in the west. At least for the time being to stabilize the front. If I can actually plug the gap in our lines, that would be alright. A couple forces over here would be decent enough, though. Right, okay. Right, so we do have these forces over here, the Alpine. That'd be really nice over here. Okay. That's a lot of traffic there. I mean, so far so good. So far so good. We'll just have to stabilize things to a degree. Right, okay. You're not even an army. A proper army, anyway. Okay, in fairness, I do have the river monitors over here that I could potentially sail down river. I'll hold them back for the time being. Yeah, they were here. Alright. No, it's a good game. It is a good game there, Helen. Right, we'll have the Austrians put to sea. Gonna have them head down to the south of their fleet. Take on as much power as we can and try and find the French forces. Alright. Saw the French out that way. Oh, the important thing here is actually where are the British? Yeah, they're gonna be in the war probably next turn. If we've got any hope of catching the French, he's going to be in this turn, but we are going to have to... We'll have to have them head back. Well, what I can do here then is... yeah. Try and buy any time, really. I mean, maybe that is time, but we'll have to see. Okay. Right, so we do have new Austrian generals. Yeah, there we go. Alpine Jaeger, that's really nice. Oh, we have some nice commanders here. No, I can't imagine things have gone as any commander has really envisioned. Right, you could head that way, but instead I'm going to have you join with that corps, with that army. We can save the situation. The issue is for the Russians is they really just... This is it. This is it really, isn't it? All the time that they advance into Austria, we have German forces really penetrating deeper into not only Poland, but then also deeper into Russia itself, really. Well, let's see. I'd love to see an engagement with the actual French fleet, but I don't know. Will we see it happen? Probably not. And did you buy off the Italians? The Italians aren't going to be entering the war anytime soon, really. It's very early days now. Very, very early days. And speaking of which, is it possible to get the Italians to join you? Yep. And when you play multiplayer, it really is like a battleground between the central powers and the Entente to get Italy. And sometimes, to be honest, it might... If you can't get them, if you can try and keep them neutral, that's second best, really. We've been quite fortunate here as the Western Entente did decide on a war plan where they're very aggressive, they invade Luxembourg. So the British haven't immediately joined, but it looks like they will be joining next turn. Which is alright. It's given us a little bit of time to try and do some things, but yeah. But it does mean that the British will take time to actually organise properly. It did mean that we managed to get additional naval forces back to Germany. So right now we're fighting against the French, the Serbians and the Russians. So this is it. We're never going to have it as evenly matched as we do now. Alright, let's see. Well, we haven't invaded Belgium, that's the thing as well. So this is where it really constrains movement. It's really fantastic as you do have the war plans. And it dramatically changes how the game really shapes up. Okay, looks like we have a... Yeah, we have a breach in the walls. We have a breach in the walls. That's good. Right. We do see Russians on the trains there. Is Brusilov falling back? It looks like... Okay, he's moving out by a rail there. He does have control of the actual hex. So you can... the reason why this is green is due to the... It represents the fact that the enemy has control of that hex. Oh yeah, look at that. Wow. Is that the... Yeah, that looks like the garrison is gone there. Wow, okay, so we had 3,587 casualties, 65 cavalry and 20 guns, 18,000 men. Yeah, they just had no chance, did they, really? Which is not too surprising there, really. Commanding officer demonstrated tactical skill during this round. Your men managed to breach the enemy walls. And deadly fire ravaged the enemy ranks. Yeah. Just too much firepower. I mean, these are the super heavy guns. It's super heavy guns, and then we had the heavy guns over here, and then all the medium guns and the light guns. Just too much firepower for them, really. Just way too much. If I go over here, then, so start. Yeah. They didn't do, yeah, 29, 14. They didn't do too bad. It's just, yeah. I mean, you look in the first round, that was it. Second round, just gone. Nothing left there. Right. Ooh. Well, that's not exactly ideal. I didn't anticipate them actually taking that as soon. It doesn't particularly matter as much, but obviously you don't want to lose fortifications. I didn't anticipate them taking it as soon there. Okay. Yeah, lesson learned. I thought we might have had maybe a turn or two, really. I was considering potentially moving in there, but hey, it's not too bad. The Serbians are tremendously powerful. Okay. So we have one of the key Russian fortresses under our control. Oof. Yeah, there we go. We have a victory there. I'd love to see the French fleet here. Probably won't. Probably won't. Alright, we do have a... let's see... Yeah, the besieging is here. Yeah. But it's mined in that area, so it wouldn't be worthwhile. Well, this is it. We do have a German army moving towards Riga at this moment in time. We have a good few in Poland. Yeah, you can see the Russians are really in a bit of disarray over here. I mean, we had Austrian armies actually bypass Russian armies that bypass Austrian armies. And then this is the problem here for the Russians, is they're going to have to deal with the fact that the Germans... Yeah, you can imagine the the Tsar would be like, yeah, you're going to have to pull back. We might be able to take on the Austrians, but we can't afford to lose the war to do so. Okay. But that's good news. We can continue to push in there. If we can actually take... Ooh. Ah, damn. Ah, that's no fun. I think I told them to move, but it doesn't look like they moved soon enough. I mean, one of the other alternatives is, rather than trying to find the French fleet if the British do declare war, is we might just move into the Baltic fleet and just destroy the Russian fleet. That can be done. Right, so we do have a decent amount of force actually assembling over here in the west. The French do... I mean, they've moved to the part of the Rhineland over here. Is it the Ruhr? The Ruhr. But they haven't been able to do tremendously much with that. Even Triad looks to still be under our control, which is good news. Okay. Yeah, so over here in Galatia. Not too bad. The Serbs taking the fortress there is not great. Ah, there we go. So we have our... Yeah, that's a nice victory there. And so we do have our Austrian victory. 5,740 casualties. And we have 12,000 casualties over here. Russian troops, we took... yeah. That's good. And a follow-up victory over here. Oh, look at that. That's good there. Yeah, the hills are nice. They cross the river as well doing that. That's good. Little victories like that can make a difference. And this is it. Then a little victory in this time. But you can imagine like 14,000 men either dead or captured or casualties of war in earlier ages would have been a pretty incredible number there. Okay. Oh, so we do see a large Russian army there. That's intriguing. And this is it. We can kind of use the Austrians to keep the Russians at bay. Trade with the Russians. Ah, there we go. So captured, ideally, another float plane squadron. That'd be nice. But yeah, I think a blitz in towards Russia. Towards the heart there. I think securing Riga would be very important as well, perhaps. Possibly to deny the Russians any basin. But then again, do I really want Riga? I think probably it would be nice to have Riga to control the rail lines. We'll see what Riga looks like. If we can secure it, that would be good. Oh, there we go. That is another victory. Not a tremendous amount of casualties. We actually come out with more casualties here, but that's still important one nonetheless. There we go. Yes, French in the Rhineland. Right, you can see more Russians are over here now. They're having to disperse their men quite widely now. Why are there Germans in French? Why is there a German corps across the river? That isn't right. Yeah, why are they there? Did I accidentally send them there? Because that's a very large French army. They should not be there. Oh dear. Well, it doesn't look like they're going to be attacked. Oh god, that's an increasingly large French army. Oh, it's a good job that we have reinforced the south there. And we did it at some cost Austria as well, but I think having the Austrian troops there, especially with the artillery, is going to be worthwhile. I mean, those guns could actually come in very useful if we actually cross the river to engage the French fortresses as well. We'll see. Unfortunately, we didn't see any engagement with the French fleets, but hey. Important question. Oh, wow. The British will join next turn. They will join next turn. It's a goddamn shame we haven't been able to find the French fleet. Yeah, the French are doing a lot of maneuvering. But we still have Trier. Cologne. Yep, so we still have these at least. But things are changing now. They're not tremendously strong over here. Do we still have that under our control? Yes, that's still ours, I think. I think we still own this. Maybe not. But we still have the actual province under our control. And so we still have military control in the province, so that's good. I could still make use of the actual rail line there. Right, let's see. Can I make you an army commander? Yes, create headquarters. So we do have the army over here, which is good. And in fact, it would be a good idea to actually have them assigned under the new army. That does help us out tremendously. Can you nod and circle the French at the border? Well, we've tried. We've tried to push into Luxembourg. We might be able to do it again, but there's a lot of force, but he does have forces over here as well. Okay, so we do have an army. As a proper army. And this is it. We do have an actual army over here now. Build a depot. Those are going to come in handy. Get you in here. Right, there we go. So we actually do have a decently strong army. I mean, the 6th army is not much of a joke there. And so we could have that move into the Rhineland to Bonn. And what I could actually do, importantly, is move them out via rail to do that. Okay. We have our forces over here. So we have two, well, yeah, they're like small cores. I mean, it's essentially just one core, really. To find exactly who I want in there, really. Combined units. Might be better to leave you behind, really. Having the Dusseldorf garrison. We do have more able over here. Under the North Army. Right, there we go. So that's a strong core. Right. I think move to Cologne. Yeah, 15 days. Okay. Move across. Additional forces over here is looking good. Really? 34 days still. Oh, because we have the traffic penalty, I believe. Right. These rails... Oh, right, okay, we have to see it. Okay. Fair enough. Right, 3 days, that's much better. Okay, we have the panzers. Have them move out that way. Again, I don't know why you're here. You shouldn't be there. Like, you really shouldn't be there. Okay. It just got a little bit confusing, to be honest. I don't know, there might be a button to actually, like, hide certain units, but I don't know what it is right now. Okay. Yeah, that would be good. I think what we'll do then is we'll hold on for the time being. I would cross into Luxembourg. If I don't have force over there. But I think it's probably better to see how things go over here, actually. But we do have forces to check the French advance, which is good news. Let's see. And one of your ambassadors has increased your support in Holland. Okay. We captured a magazine from the Eastern Entente over here, which is nice. 3,200 rifles. So we actually gained national morale there, which is good. No national morale. Right. Yeah, that medium artillery is nice to have liberated. That is a good thing. Capture the seaplane. Ah, there we go. Can see that slowing down there. New sonority. The Brits will be in next turn. Yeah, they're not 100% in yet. But they will be. Yeah, Great Britain has shifted 5% towards the Entente. Yeah, it's just inevitable. Ottoman Empire shifting towards us. Yeah, It's a shame that we couldn't find where the French fleet were. So if we would have run into them and been able to defeat them, that would have been a real big deal. It would have really helped us out, actually. But we can attempt to deal with the Russians. The heck is up with them? Are they being, like, overhauled? Are they damaged? How did I lose? Oh, fair enough. It's kind of crazy. But at least we have a very able commander over here. Very able. Right, we'll go try and engage the Russians. Okay, let's see. So do you have Russians holding out here? That's nice. Continue marching to Riga. In fact, have you march there? Or... yeah, 31 days, okay. Right. Second World War engine. That'd be intriguing. That would be intriguing. Can I get that to move out that way? No? Okay. Alright. Oops. Do need the ammunition there. Right, somebody remind me, how do I restock them? Do I just move them back? Yeah, I'm trying to remember how it works. So just have the munitions move back to supply source. Will they be restocked then? So that would be important. Need to have those munitions. We can fight without them, of course, but obviously you fight with a penalty there. Need to really ideally have them. Right, let's see. Are they still not arrived in the area yet? Wow. Oh, more replacements? Oh, yeah, get more replacements indeed. Alright, we're going to seize this. A little bit over. I think we can take that. Oh, they're not active yet, though. Let's move you to the north. Yeah, the Russians are in a bad spot out here. They lost quite a few men over here. And I do have commanders. Poor commanders isn't exactly what we want there. Oops. Cavalryman. I don't particularly have much cavalry to give you. Alright, there we go. I think continue to hold here for the time being. Alright, so Brusilov over here. So I've retaken that. Yeah, it's definitely getting bad. Losing that wasn't ideal. I need you really sent towards Vienna. Have you actually turned into an army? Allow me to move a large amount of men. There we go. Right, so they have level 1 entrenchment. They'll be at level 2 entrenchment by next turn, which is good news. Yeah, we need Carl to, yes, we need to call the electocats. I think we turn it against them over here, really. I could potentially march back to Lemberg. The hell have they gone? I was like, wait, what? Right, you're not active right now. Then we establish a little bit of order over here. I may go ahead and raise some additional Austrian troops, but I don't think we need more Austrian troops, really. I think, if anything, it's more German forces we need. Especially in the west. I think potentially more mountain forces, actually. They do really come in handy. Like they have some, if I can recall, they have some really good benefits. Yeah. I mean, that's just really great. Let's see, firepower 1424. Discipline 8. Yeah, they're pretty good. They take more war supply, take longer, and they're more expensive. Okay. I mean, this is it. Do we want more heavy artillery or do we want more medium artillery? Slows us down, of course. Range 5. Firepower 2226. Range damage. Yeah, there's a lot more firepower. Range is greater. The assault damage isn't as great, but yeah, there's a lot of other benefits there. Well, that's it, isn't it, really? And having the artillery is going to be worthwhile. But then again, it comes down to, do we just build the blue super heavy guns? Fuck me, they're expensive. Okay, maybe not as much. Fucking hell, they are expensive. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, they're expensive. Okay. We haven't borrowed money yet. I forgot about the Bombard Fortress. In fairness, I don't need it yet. Right. Probably should raise at least some funds. So I think we will. I think there's a decent amount there. Just to have some reserves there. Decent amount there. Oh, the Hoffman decision is amazing. So what it is essentially then, all Russian units on German territory will suffer minus 66% cohesion, leaders will be inactive, and stacks will be fixed for 1 turn. It's just, it's incredible. It's like, it will completely screw over the Russians there. Okay. I think we march across. So take that fortress and go from there. Okay. This is the beauty of the game. It actually is fairly quick to do the turns. Obviously, if you're playing against a human, it would be a completely different story. You'd have to really think about things a little bit more. That's good to have all of you here. Wow, look at that, 50 people. I would very much appreciate if you guys who are watching now can actually like the stream. That does really help. It really does help out with the YouTube analytics. So we're going to have to take a look at when to start building up some reserves. We still have some reserves right now, but we're going to have to build up some more. We are building up a good number of new German divisions. I think as far as it goes with the Austrians, I forgot to move out the Austrian artillery I unlocked actually. I forgot about that. We can do that next turn. That will definitely come in handy. Yeah, I think it's absolutely worthwhile though. I mean, that national morale was actually nice to lose, and the other penalties there, but having that artillery there is really awesome. Just having that like actual heavy artillery. Like the French, they have superb numbers of medium artillery, I think it is. Is it light or is it medium? I think they have a great number of medium artillery. The Russians definitely suffer with artillery. We might be fortunate enough. I mean, it's a difficult one now because the French armies are... They're not tremendously concentrated as such. They are to a degree, as the majority of them are in the Rhineland. I don't know why we got a German corps over the Belfort. Now one needs to get the hell out of Dodge. They should retreat, try to avoid combat, really. Yeah, I mean, there's not a super concentrated army in, like, Luxembourg. As far as we're aware, we don't have perfect information, really. We'll see. So we should be able to secure a couple fortresses. Well, ideally secure another fortress today. That's what's the plan. Well, yeah, this is it, really. This is it. And that's the thing. Once the Russians are gone, then we can turn full front to all our power, sorry, to the west. Which isn't going to be easy. It's still going to be difficult there. The French will dig in. But it's a hell of a lot easier to fight on one front than it is to fight on 2 fronts, really. Okay. So they're moving their men. Are they moving additional men in or out? We have managed to raise another army to actually meet the French in the west. We are marching towards Riga right now, which is looking good. Oh, it looks like we have a... nice. Yeah, okay. So that was a mistake there. That's the only issue with the game, is sometimes you can actually send forces to the wrong province. Right, so they're assaulting there. so we are going to lose that settlement, I'd imagine. They're not gone yet, but I don't think it's far off. Yeah, they lost hardly any men. We still technically have it, but I don't think it'll take long. And there's a big battle there. Wow, okay. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I'm actually quite surprised there. I thought it was going to be an Austrian defeat, but that is an Austrian victory here. That's actually a big battle there. So we have 37,000, just shy of 38,000 casualties on our own side here. The Russians suffer 67,000 casualties. That's pretty rough there. Yeah, assault there. That was a big battle. That was a big battle. Yeah, men exhausted. Let's see. Vision had some luck. Wow. That was nasty. Yes, we managed to inflict twice, well, near enough twice as many hits there. That was very nice. It definitely helps by having that level of entrenchment too. Yeah, you can see trench effectiveness, 230%. Yeah, 39. Having the trenches there makes a tremendous difference. Hills helping us out too. Captured equipment. Cool. 1 point equals 1 war supply pool. Sorry, added to the pool. That was a big battle. That was a big battle. Yep, there we go. Yep, and we have Grodno. A few guns lost there, unfortunately, but they can be replaced. Von Bülow takes it. Okay. I'm going to be intrigued to see what Brutalov does. Right, march across here. Around the Russians moving deeper. It's not great that they're doing that, but I can move forces if I need to. But I don't think I need to. At least not yet. Right, that's finally gone. They held... Oh, wow. They really are resisting tenaciously. Still technically ours. Trier still holding. I don't know if Luxembourg's been conquered yet. I mean, that's surprising they haven't done that. They really should have done that. Surely they've done it by now. Yeah, show about that core there. Okay. Right. So the Russians are concentrated in this area over here, to the north of Lemberg. Ooh. Yeah, that doesn't go our way. We don't take as many casualties, but that did not go our way. It initially did, and then it turned against us. Right, we have German forces over here, which is good at Bonn once again. Corps over here as well. So what we can actually do then is, due to the fact that we do have a 6th army over here, they do have to take that into serious consideration. We are going to be able to push into Luxembourg, which is going to be good. Right, I do see Russian naval forces. Oh, there we go. Russian forces moving there. Okay, if we could take Dubno, that'd be nice. I don't think we'll be able to take it. But we can keep getting the actual breaches in the fortress walls to be quite happy. Right, 7. Day 7. It does give the Russians something to think about. It's like all the while this is happening, the Russians do have to seriously consider... Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's turned into a large battle there. But that looks like a German victory. Yeah, there we go. The Battle of Bonn. So that is quite a lot of casualties there. Just shy of 40,000 casualties. That was a lot of casualties there. And we do destroy I think we do destroy the cavalry over here. Will we manage to turn back Joffre? Yeah, large amount of casualties. Destroy other elements over here as well. But we do push them back, which is good news. That's important there. Indeed. Right. Moving into day 8. This is our man. Oh dear. There's a lot of French forces over there in the Rhineland. We can take that, we can use that to our advantage, really. I mean, there's a strong French presence in the south there at Belfort. Russian naval forces there. Yeah, I've seen some big ones. I don't like the Russian corps actually penetrating deeper. Oh, there we go. We do have a naval engagement. Right, okay. So, yes, the Battle of Gotland approaches, and we do have a victory here. As we do have 6 ships lost, but we do... Wow. We destroyed 19 Russian ships over here. That looked pretty good there. Let's see. Steel battleship. Yeah, we had our dreadnoughts. Dreadnoughts obviously just tremendous. Battle cruisers over here. Deadly fire ravage the enemy. Has the wind. Having the wind's good, I'd assume. Because I imagine that will blow the smoke. I think, I'm not entirely sure what having the wind actually helps us with. I'd assume it's like the smoke would be blown away, while as the actual smoke of the enemy's gunfire would be blown in, I don't know, in front of them, back towards them. I think, I don't know. Is it, do you want it going towards the enemy or away from? I can't remember which one it is. I know it massively mattered. Okay, so we wiped out some speederboats. Oh, some destroyers actually, so. Let's go ahead and take a look then. So, start. Yeah, that is not what the Russian naval flotilla would have wanted there. Indeed, but the actual region is called the Gotland approaches. Right, so in that phase we wiped out some destroyers, which is good. And then here, we wiped out some torpedo boats and some additional destroyers over here, which is good. So nothing tremendous. We didn't destroy like the steel battleships, but we have wiped out some destroyers there, which is good. Some lost to ourselves, but not much. And that was nearly 4 times the losses for the Russians there. Not quite 4 times, but it sounds a lot better when you say it like that. Right, so we are seeing Russian forces at Riga. That's quite a lot of French forces out there in the Rhineland. Jesus, is that city still standing to the north there? Wow. Right, so we see, is that Foch? That's Foch still in Luxembourg? And that's not a tremendously powerful force, so we should be able to cross the river there. And if we can retake Luxembourg, or at least secure that, we could actually really... That could really, really screw the French. But they will bring their forces back. They'll likely be able to escape from there. Nice. Okay. So, it seems that we actually discovered some French armoured cars. That's nice, I'll take that. We do have another large battle over here. And that one is clearly a German victory once again against the Joseph. Against the Joffrey. There we go. Small battle, but important nonetheless. That's good to have there. If we can hold out there as well, dig in, that'd be really good. Yeah, bonds prove to be quite pivotal. Pivotal at this moment in time, really. So it is protecting deeper parts of Germany. They could potentially still push to the north, but we'll see about that. Right. So we do have a decent amount of forces over here, really. Okay, so they had been defeated, it seems. But the Nord Army is in decent strength. Let's double check and see what... Oh, you are a 3-star commander. Can I not make you a army commander? I don't think it's close enough, unfortunately. Shame. But he's an able commander. Strong disciplinarian is good. Right, so you see French cavalry over there, which is not good. We do have marines over here in the north I could potentially bring. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, and imagine the British are going to be in this turn. Right, move across. Yeah, okay, so they've taken it. That's not too surprising. Right, you accidentally were sent out here. That was a mistake. So the only issue here is it's a bit tight on space sometimes. Okay. Give you all that tasty, tasty artillery. Need to make sure we hold here. Yeah, the more time we can buy as well, the better. Dig those entrenchments. Now marching north. In fact, I'd like to have a little bit potentially here. Is that empty? That's not good. Oh no, it isn't. Okay. Okay. I'll have you march north over here. Have them move in via rail. Get a decent chunk of force over there to Luxembourg. That'd be quite good then. It would really put the French into a panic, I'd imagine. We did well to hold here, though. That was good. That was good. Okay. Right. Additional forces there. That is concerning, I'm not going to lie. Have them move to Oldenburg. Try and check their advance there. Oh, we do have another division here. Oh, I see. Right, let's engage the Russians. They do have a redoubt there. Should be alright. Our cohesion's quite low there, really. Hey, that's me. Good to have you, my friend. Yeah. It is like it's the German high seas fleet, really, essentially. So our dreadnoughts. Battle cruisers in here as well. Battleships, cruisers. Alright, so they're going to cross over here, kick their asses. Okay, seize the fortress of Grodno. That's a lot of munitions there. That's a lot of munitions. We do have the magazine here too. Okay. Yeah, the Russians really don't have much here. Oh, there's not much in there. Might be worthwhile to go for an assault, really. Okay. So we had some very large battles down here. Very large. That worries me quite a lot. I don't like how beaten up they are. March to Lemberg. Well, rail out to Lemberg, be good. Yeah, I mean, this is it. It's like, as bad as it is potentially for the Austrians in certain places, the Russians have it worse, as they are losing fortresses. They've already lost 2 fortresses. We might be able to take a third, potentially, if we're lucky. They're finding it difficult now, because they're obviously losing pretty important parts of the rail network there. But I think this is it. I think we have the majority of the German forces actually heading south there. No, but that's definitely right there. Have them head south, have them really use the Austrians as the anvil and use the Germans as the hammer there, really. I mean, we've heard hammer of the Saxons, we've got hammer of the Russians here. There we go. So I think we'll call it about here. So thank you so very much there, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed these 2 hours of To End All Wars. It's a great game, actually. I think what I'm going to have to do is really look for an opponent, but I think probably look towards the To End All Wars Ultimate mod. That thing's pretty awesome. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. What I'm going to do here then is say a big thank you to my lovely and loyal patrons. So they really do help to make this all possible, really. Which was your favourite battle then of the stream so far? Which did you think... I don't know, let me know what you guys think then. Which battle do you think mattered the most so far? That's going to be an interesting question. But I'm going to say a big thank you here to my lovely patrons. So, thank you very much there. Ove, Cato, Borsch, Susanna and Daniel, Stanislav, on 4123, Alex, Diligent, Gravy, Paradigm, the Blue. A little bit like Gandalf. But not quite as young. Thank you, Thunder, Eric Justo, Dingobat4, Mr. Baines, KO, BLeAcHACiD, Eric Wild, Spatch, Imperator Thrawn, Rick Chambers, James Lindsay, George Kilgore, Iceycrome, Talon1DE, Deepicduck, Raphael, Paul Sanders, SunYan, my... I almost said Swedish again. My Swiss sugar daddy, SunYan. Thank you so much, mate. The Forgotten, Lord Luba, Ricky Blinson, and Gregory VanHouten. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. You guys are awesome. Some of you have been with me for years now. That's the awesome part. But there's those of you here watching now that have been, unfortunately, exposed to me for years. Ah, dear. Yeah, the battles in the West. Bonn. I'd agree with Bonn. I think Bonn was quite important there. So I think it's one of those of where, at great cost, we did drive... Well, we didn't drive the French back, but we have halted the French there. That's given us an opportunity there. So thank you so very much. If you guys do feel like I've actually earned your support, then please do consider becoming a patron. And if you haven't liked the video, please do like the video before you do head off. Until next time, thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. And likely the next stream will be War in the Pacific. Possibly tomorrow. Likely tomorrow. Until next time. Thank you so very much. I assume in SI. And goodbye for now. Sayonara.